Wrapped to be catching up now with David Brehaut. Firstly, David, welcome, and thank you very much for joining me on a beautiful sunny day in Ballarat.
Yeah, it's fantastic here this afternoon.
It is. We've been doing some stuff here on the farm, but lots happening in Ballarat. 2 weeks out, 13 days out now from your initial Durham Park. What is the official name of the race that you guys got coming up on the 12th? The 12th.
Yeah, we're excited at the Ballarat District Trotting Club to be having the inaugural running of the $20,000 Durham Park 2-year-old Rising Star. Now, this is a qualifying event for the Proto Star in Queensland, of course, a $500,000 slot race. And we were fortunate enough to get a slot in the draw. And so in a new partnership with Durham Park and Bruce Edward, we've been able to put this race on. And yeah, really excited. The event will be run on Thursday, June the 12th, which is not far away.
It is a very, very exciting concept, and I think well done for yourselves, thinking outside the square, but also Bruce and Durham Park, the whole team at Durham Park, for coming on board and embracing, something that, again, something for people to, I suppose, aspire to and have a horse, ready to. There's a couple of little points we'll get on towards the end of it, but it is very attractive. But it does also fit the bill, doesn't it? I mean, 2-year-olds, you guys are noted. I mean, Emma and Clayton are just across the road there. It is a home pretty much of 2-year-old racing, if you like, here in Ballarat. You want to climb on that and promote it that way. So then it fits in with Bruce being a quality breeder in the district. So it's a great little fillet. Plus, everyone supports Ballarat District Trotting Club, so it's sort of a nice little tick along, if you like, there. And then I suppose the flip side, well, not the flip side, but the flow on effect of that is, in the middle of winter, it can be testing here in Ballarat. Is probably a nice way to put it. If you're lucky enough to win this race, you're going to be sunning yourself in Queensland in the middle of winter. It's a nice little added bonus, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. The way it works, the winner will be offered that start.
Yep.
In the Proto Star, and we're also providing $10,000 in travelling expenses,
which is huge
too.
Yeah.
So we get them there if the winner chooses to take that slot. And it's really exciting. And Bruce came to the club, and he was really keen to with this idea. And we're always looking for new opportunities for feature races. And as you mentioned, we're around the Ballarat region because we've got so many large stables. And you mentioned Emma Stewart's stable. We've got Michael Stanley. I mean, races a lot of 2-year-olds. And also some of the smaller stables. Damien Burns, a good example. Last year he had Hesitate.
Yep.
In the Proto Star, and this year we're hoping that he'll bring Max O'Mighty, unbeaten in 2 starts already this season, to our race. And so this is a way that horses across Victoria or wherever they want to venture from to compete in our race, to automatically earn that spot in the Proto Star and not have to go through a lot of negotiations, if you like, with slot holders and put their hand up and say, we want to run.
It's almost the easy way of saying we think we've got a horse good enough to be in it. Come to Ballarat, 12th of June, and contest in this race, win it. And
you're on your way.
You're on your way, and it doesn't matter if you're a South Australian. It doesn't matter if you're New South Wales. Obviously, the further north you are in New South Wales, you're not going to come down. But the guys down, Wagga, those sort of areas, we want to encourage them because at the end of the day, we're trying to promote the product, if you like, and get it out there. We want these guys to come down here and take on Damien Burns, Mick Stanley, Emma and Clayton. Take them on, showcase your horse, and say, well, listen, we deserve that right to be in the Proto Star, which in itself, back to the creek and the guys up there, it's a great concept. It's a great race, and it showed it last year. I think they went 54 early season 2-year-olds. I mean, just amazing times that they were able to run last year. So it's an exciting race, that is, to be a part of it here, but to build that excitement up as well. Ticks a lot of boxes, doesn't it?
$500,000 race. And and as I said earlier, Paul, it is a way of adding to our racing product. And this idea also came up around the fact that, things, it's been a struggle in harness racing in Victoria, and here's an opportunity to throw in a new feature race with a real incentive there to get to one of the biggest 2-year-old races in Australia.
It's going to be a big night of racing, and we will touch on that but this is what it's about, is to generate from here, but then we want in 4 weeks' time after that, as good as 4 weeks' time after that in July, the Creek, we want the people that are at Ballarat to be watching that, ideally, like from put their hierarchy hat on, betting on it. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Embracing harness racing and looking at a race, at Albion Park in the middle of winter and try and showcase this sport that we all love. We're set in it, but we want to try and get new people involved in it. And you can imagine on this night, the 12th of July, here at Ballarat, you're going to have a lot of people there on the night that hopefully we can get some new people investing in our sport as well, which would be a huge spin-on effect.
Yeah, we were fortunate last year from a regional point of view to have several runners in the Protest Day. We've been pretty close, as I say, with Damien Burns and also Emma and Clayton having runners in it. So, but there's no guarantees it'll be a Ballarat horse that, of course, wins the slot. They can go to anyone. But it is just an incentive for Victorian horses, as you say, to have a crack. And if you're good enough to win, so I'll talk about. It's going to be a fantastic race. So the indications are on the horses that may be coming. We're really looking forward to it. It's exciting, and you don't get many races outside the metropolitan race meetings where you bring perhaps all the good 2-year-olds together.
And the concept of it is outstanding, and it's got to just win the race in itself. That's a nice bonus.
Oh, yeah.
But
nice.
then you've got this extra bonus that you've got the opportunity to go there. The night in question, I said there before about it teasing, going to have a great crowd. It is also a girls' night out. It's something I know Bianca has been very passionate about it behind the scenes as well to get the message out there. There are still tickets available for this night, but it's a night where, I suppose, to celebrate women, if you like, and getting the message out there. Is that the way the night works?
Yeah, look, it's always had a health aspect to it, if you like, support. And this year it's raising money for RISK, which is a family violence support group. So, all money raised on the night, and or that'll be a big amount, there's no question about that. So, we're looking to get as many females, young and old, on track. It's been a feature night for a long time. It's always a lot of fun. There's already a lot of sponsors that have thrown their weight behind it. There's going to be some great prizes to win on the night. And it just adds to the atmosphere of another big race night at Bray Raceway, and of course added to it, there'll be a special race on track with the Rising Star. Yeah,
and the build up to that will be awesome, we hope anyway, and we'll continue to do. The Thursday night slot, you guys have had that be coming up 12 months. As far as put your committee hat on for a sec, working good. I know there's been a few tinkerings. I think tonight there's Geelong Trots on, which we were on a Friday today, and worked out quickly that when you had Ballarat and Geelong on that same sort of it was robbing Peter to pay Paul in a way. So a little bit of tinkering. It working okay from a club point of view?
Yeah, it's going okay because we alternate with Kilmore, as everyone will know, and largely on alternate Thursdays. We're coming up. We'll have 2 Thursdays in a row, but it's been working well, and the objective of the club is, as we have for many years, is to get as many of these special nights, fundraisers and the like, to build up the atmosphere. We just had a fundraiser there just a week or so ago, and that was a big night. So I know the participants always enjoy seeing a crowd, people behind the glass or out in the grandstand, and we get them up, the winners up. So this will be a big night, and the Thursdays are working well in the fact that it's consistent and people know when the meetings are on. So we'll be continuing that slot, bar our Pacing Cup, of course, in January, which is a Saturday night. Yeah,
which new sponsors were announced last year for that, and that it's a time-honoured race. That Summer Carnival, the new time slots for that, it's going to be very, very exciting. It's going to be a little bit interesting too, because people are going to know that it goes Bendigo, Shepparton, Ballarat, Cranbourne, Kilmore, Hunter Cup, I think is the way that it works. I might have you guys in Cranbourne mixed up, I'm not sure, but
we lead into the last couple.
Yeah, and that part in itself is going to be very exciting for next year, and we want everyone to promote these cups. From your point of view, I would imagine things have already started from the Ballarat point of view.
Yeah,
look,
about it. What will be different for us, apart from being in that very busy calendar, if you like, and leading up to the Hunter Cup, obviously we'll push back a little bit as far as the Hunter Cup date goes. We've still got the same weekend in January, but the change this year on the programming will be we'll have a Group 1 Trotters Cup, the Ballarat Trotters Cup. So
will it be still called the John Slack?
No, we're going to shift that around a little bit. This will be the Ballarat Trotters Club Cup, and we'll run the John Slack Memorial, which is a very important race on our calendar. We'll run that on another night during the year. So what we're doing, we're creating another major feature race for our calendar, and particularly bolstering Cup night, but still retaining that very important John Slack Memorial Cup, which will be run on another night during the year, because we look to find feature races right throughout the calendar.
And there's talk of other races. I mean, it's just been the initial release actually had about everyone's cups and Trotters Cups and what people can look forward to there. I do know, and I'm sure you're well aware too, that there are other races, feature races coming up. So it's going to be a very, very exciting time of year for participants. And we mentioned it there before, it has been a trying time for a lot of participants and a lot of, even clubs, with the changes and things that have happened recently. This bit of positivity is terrific. And then you put your race, the Rising Star, going into the Proto Star. Things are starting to turn here in Victoria. It's actually quite nice, isn't it?
Well, you've got to offer as much to the participants. That's what it's all about, because at the end of the day, if you can't you mentioned before about owners getting involved, if you can't have that incentive to be an owner, there's no racing, is there?
No, and we need it. We need people to be positive. Get to Ballarat. It might be cold in Ballarat, and we're not going to try and hide it any other way, but your amenities upstairs are outstanding, and you don't miss out, because one thing I do love, taking the drivers or trainers, depending on who you can get, but that winning person, taking them to the mountain, if you like, almost taking them up to the crowd. I think it's a great initiative, and I think potentially that's one thing where a lot of other clubs could look at, taking them to the people so you can see these people, touch them, know who they are.
Yeah, look, I'm always a great supporter of Ballarat, and I know we get labelled as cold, but all I'll say, Paul, it's cold everywhere in winter. So,
and
that's the benefit of our facilities, that people can sit behind the glass and enjoy. It doesn't matter whether it's the middle of winter, but or not. But it's great to get a spread of feature racing and big nights like these fundraisers across the whole calendar, because rather than just sort of throwing all your eggs in the one basket.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. We've got a beautiful shed as well that is warm, so if people want to see the horses, they can get down into that shed area and they can see them. They're dry. Bendigo, place where I come from, that you don't get that luxury, so when it's wet and cold you don't get that luxury, but that upstairs facilities that you have,
and just a little heads up too, there'll be some good news for the participants in coming months, because some will know and some may not know, we're doing an upgrade on our horse wash. Now, you talk about cold nights, we're going to actually have some warmer water and a new covered horse wash in the not too distant future. They're the plans, so we're striding ahead with that. So that's also, we're also very mindful of improving things for the participants as well, not just the race goers.
Yeah, the Durham Park Rising Star is a precursor, I suppose is the best way to put it, to the Proto Star at the Creek. That'll be on June 12th, which is 13 days from I'm going to put this interview up in a little bit, but 13 days from today. And it is
2-year-old feature. Yep.
There is tables and dining packages available as well for the ladies' night out. If you've got a 2-year-old, a progressive 2-year-old, and if you think you're good enough, nominate. I think you get in by prize money. Is that how it works?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not done on figure form. It's done on prize money is the entry. So
so we can already expect a couple of perhaps feature runner winners that we've already seen.
Yep.
I mean, obviously they'll be at the top of the tree, but we're just looking forward to it. It's a great initiative that we've been able to develop in partnership with Bruce Edward at Durham Park. It's exciting, and we're fortunate to get that slot, because that's just a random draw.
Yep.
We've got it, and here's an opportunity for us to play a big hand in one of the biggest feature race or slot races in Australia. So we're really looking forward to an exciting night, and then, as you say, creating that interest, something for Ballarat to barrack for in the big one.
Yeah, absolutely. David, thank you. Well done to Ballarat. Well done to what you guys are doing. I do get paid by a lot of people. I ain't getting paid by anyone for this. I think it's just one of those things. I think the industry needs to be aware of it. We need participants in New South Wales and South Australia. Wouldn't that make some nice interest as well? That, you don't think we'll have some exposed form, but we'll have that curiosity, and it'll be awesome. I'm going to be there on the night, hopefully doing a couple of things on that night. I'm actually going to come back to Ballarat next Thursday night because you race 2 weeks in a row.
That's
so
right.
We'll try and get a bit of the build-up to that as well. But well done to yourself. Well done to the Ballarat District Trotting Club. Make sure you follow them on Facebook if you don't, and it is that Ballarat District Trotting Club, and Twitter, I think you're whatever it is anyway.
BDTC 150.
Yep. And go from there and follow them for all the updates. Well done for the horse wash too, because that is one little thing that can be a little bit trying from time to time.
It's a little bit down the track, but works are in the progressing, so we're looking forward to that.
Thank you very much, David. I really appreciate the time.
Thanks, Paul.